Welcome everybody to another episode of the Crime Alley podcast. I'm Josh Rose, and I got my two boys with me, Kasi and DeBoy. What's up, guys?
Hey.
And I feel like we have a lot to talk about. I'm looking at the our topic list here, and it seems like we're just like slammed with stuff to get through. So should we just jump right in and just get it going?
Let's go.
Jump in.
Let's get into it.
Get it.
All right. Well, I think our first topic of conversation is straight Darkseid Siege talk. Now, we played DCL. If you're listening to this, you probably know we played DCL, and we just had the Darkseid Siege just finished. For one, how did you guys do? Kasi, how'd you do?
Okay, so I was on track for top 20.
Well, so I made top 10?
No, I got like 22nd. So I was on track for top 20, and I messed up a couple times, but I still thought it was going to be real close, but I was going to be able to get a revenge and a board clear on the last day. And I was like, I might be able to slip just in there. And what ended up happening was I made the mistake of stunning Superwoman when Coda was on the other team with Kilowog, so he activated Coda, and Coda went up into the air and deleted 3 of my tunes.
Yeah, she does that.
Yeah.
And that was the end of my siege run, and I just didn't even play my revenge because I was like, whatever, top 60, got it, okay. So I got 20, somewhere between 21 to like 26.
So wait,
I didn't check.
If you win that match, do you clear your board?
I was top 20 if I won that match. Yes.
Oh shoot.
Oof.
I
had just enough points.
How many gems did you spend?
40,000.
Oh, so you. Oh no. Kasi, how many matches did you lose?
5.
Really?
I think over the course of everything.
Just 5?
5 or 6.
Dude, I lost 5 matches.
I had a lot of matches where, okay, so for one, I missed energy on one day.
Oh, yeah.
Like PvP energy. It wasn't like one missing like the big energies. It was just that, and then there was like a day where like I came home from work, had a headache, went to take a nap. It's been happening a lot lately. But and so it's like when I woke up, I was at 15 energy, and I couldn't remember if I got there before getting, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't have been there for more than like an hour and a half, but I was at 15 energy for a little bit. And then on top of that, there was a lot of matches where I was just playing it safe and running 2 bonus tunes rather than trying to squeeze 3 or 4 in.
So were you able to, because see, like I'm hearing that you lost 5 matches and you were close to top 20, and so how, you have all the tunes, but you didn't have Darkseid, did you?
No, I didn't have Darkseid until after Siege.
Yeah.
Because I lost 5 matches and I beat Josh.
Yeah, I had an L1 Darkseid, but like he wasn't gear 11 yet.
Oof.
I ran out of XP meta agents about 3 weeks ago, and that's been rough. So like I literally was at the point where I was either going to have to just be patient to get Darkseid to, because like gear 11, it wasn't the gear holding me back, it was literally getting him to level 70 that was holding me back. So it was either I was going to have to wait and just be patient, or like spend a ton of gems to farm up all the XP meta agents to get it done.
Okay. So, remind me to come back to this because I want to ask you a question about that, but I might go on a tangent about it. But before that, DeBoy, how did you do? You're over there smirking away.
Always. Well, I did okay. I lost my top 10 finish the last week. I just had a horrendous last week of Siege. It was awful. I lost 3 matches in the last 5 days.
Oof.
It was terrible. It was a travesty, for lack of a better word.
And you finished number 11.
I did, 1 space ahead of you.
There it is. Here we go.
So, I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, go ahead and say your thing because I haven't said how I did yet. So we'll. Say what you want to say.
Know you didn't buy energy, or you didn't play the last couple matches. Sure.
Okay. So wait, how? Okay, so if you were 11, that means you were just outside the 10. How many points behind Hate were you?
5 matches.
Yeah, that's a lot. You lost 5 matches.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But how many? Do you know how many points away from Hate were you? Hate was in 10th place, by the way.
Yeah, Hate was in 10th place. I don't know.
I think you were only like 9 points ahead of me, but I think Hate was like over 100 points ahead of me. So same for both of us, I suppose.
Same. Yeah. 11th, 12th, no big deal. You're just on the bottom.
Yeah, I guess. So the boy. Oh, you know what? I forgot to.
Yeah.
So the boy over here is yucking it up that he.
Oh, here we go.
That he placed higher than me in Siege. Now, just to let everyone know, I passed the boy up in Siege like a week before it ended. I was already I had already passed him. I was already on pace to beat him. It had already happened.
No.
And he kept losing matches as I kept winning matches, so I was doing fine. But I will say the boy did have you had Darkseid.
I did.
You had Darkseid.
Made a huge difference.
Yeah, I did not have Darkseid.
Difference.
Yeah, Darkseid, having Darkseid in the Siege was huge. Now, I didn't have Darkseid, which sucks. But
still don't have Darkseid, which is weird because you finished 12th.
I still, well, I mean, I have him, but yeah, I don't have him geared up right now. And I will talk about why I don't have him geared up. But yeah, so I was chasing down Hate. Because I was the one hoping to try to squeeze into the top 10. So I was chasing Hate down, and Hate had said he went out of town. I think it was all a lie. I don't think he ever went out of town. I think it was all trickery on Hate Mail's part, just messing with our minds. So I was, waiting to see if he was going to go out if he was going to be able to play his matches or not. Because that was the only way I was going to catch him. I wasn't going to catch Hate by playing perfect, because if he plays, I can't catch him. And then I found out like Saturday night that I wasn't going to catch Hate. So I just kind of stopped. I just shut my Siege down. The boy with his air quotes, I can't with him. I shut my Siege down. I said, I don't care. I'm not even going to do anything. Did some extra revenges. I had an extra board clear I could have done. Didn't do my board clear, 25 points.
Oh, yeah. Who just doesn't do their board
What's
clear?
the point?
That's
What's the point
weird.
of doing a board clear? All I had to do was finish
so
my
weird.
board. Oh, my God. Here he goes. I think I was one match away from a board clear. I was one match away from a board clear.
I thought you just said you had your board clear.
No, I had a board clear to do. I had a board clear to do.
How the turntables?
You don't even know what a turntable is right now. Anyways, I shut down my Siege and let the boy, because he was so, oh my God, every time the boy would text me, he'd be so sad. I lost another match today. I put in Black Adam when I meant to put in Black. I felt so bad for the guy. I'm just like, God, he's really taking a beating over there. So I said, I'll shut my Siege down. And then the moment the boy passed me, he was all happy, smiling again. So I felt it was for a good cause to let the boy go ahead of me.
You know what?
What? You don't even know what.
You got 12.
You did. You beat me. You got 11th. I got 12th. But let me jump back to that thing I wanted to ask Costly about. Is you said you run out of XP mats, and I find that weird. And the reason why I find that weird is because just recently in this last raid, I switched from doing chapter 1 to chapter 8. It doubled my gem cost for Siege or raid happenings, but the amount of resources I got was so much more. I feel the double gem cost was worth it. But I was able to take like 3 tunes to level 70.
See, I used to do chapter 8,
okay,
and then I switched to chapter 1.
Oh, okay, so you did chapter 1 recently.
So, and then that's when I really saw my XP mats drain.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be switching back to chapter 8.
Yeah, the boy has his finger up. Yes, the boy.
Possibly we need to remember that Josh is just now getting his toes wet in the whale game.
Still not a whale.
Oh yeah, he also
gems? Who cares?
Well, we're talking double gem cost, but the difference, okay, so if anyone's listening or watching or whatever, the cost to go like 500 million or whatever, it costs about 6,000 gems if you buy the raid packs, which I do. I buy, so I spend the 25 a month. That's usually like my monthly, I guess, DCL subscription cost is the 25 a month. And if you buy that pack, it only costs about 6,000 gems to go 500 million. It's not to me, not a big deal, especially if you finish top 50. You can get all that back, no problem, easy peasy,
Yeah. Well, I mean, see, for me, like, because I look at it a little different whenever I go to do raids and everything, is I look at getting my goals for the next month done. So, like, the way that I approach the next month always is I try to have every siege bonus character geared.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I have everybody geared, but I mean, I try to have them level 80 L5, every single one of them.
Right.
So normally, once we get that drop of information on what the new characters are going to be, we I just go through and I get like as much legendary essence as I need and as much green essence during the raid, so that I spawn bosses while doing it, so that I can take everybody to level 80 L5. Well, what started happening now, because I'm out of XP mats, I have the green essence now, but not the materials to take people to level 80. Because I have like 3/4 of the roster at level 80.
Okay.
So I don't mind switching back to chapter 8 now.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be double the gem cost for a limited time for me. Because eventually I'm just not going to need those resources.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody's gear 11 for me. Everybody's ringed. All that I'm missing is the legendary essence and like the XP mats to take everybody level 80. And I'm 3/4 of the way done on both of those things already. So for me, like, I don't mind switching to chapter 8 because I'm eventually just going to be able to switch back to chapter 1. You know? So
Yeah. So I mean, I noticed that this last time. Like, people have told me to go chapter 8 before, but I wasn't really sure, like, is it really worth it? Blah blah blah. And after doing it the last time, like fully committing to doing chapter 8 the whole entire time, on chapter 8 normal, doing it the whole time, just the amount of XP mats and green essence I got, it's worth to me 6,000 gems. Like, if I could pay 6,000 gems to get all, I would pay 10,000 gems to get all those resources I got, because it was, like I said, I took up 3 characters to level 80 and I still have GE left over. So I'm really looking forward to this next raid to do that again. But anyone out there, I recommend doing chapter 8 instead.
A decent idea to do, like, because it is more expensive to do chapter 8, obviously. Right. It's just I don't think it'd be the worst idea to do like a couple raids at chapter 8 and then switch back to chapter 1 for one raid and then go back and forth. One of the things too that's also very good for the gem costs for what you get out of it. From what I remember I remember Hate Mail used to talk about this a lot, and he told us all about it in L chat and everything. When you're doing your PvE days, doing chapter 8 heroic and repeating it through the first couple like repeats, where like you pay 25 gems to get the node back open again, is actually more beneficial green essence wise than going to lower chapters.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I know we'd have to like do them. Like, I'm sitting here just going off of what I remember. Like, Du Bois,
it's worth it.
But
you have to be willing to spend the gems.
No, because I was doing that. I was doing a while ago when I decided to go level 80 on all my characters. I needed to get green essence was my main my main bottleneck, and I was doing that every day. I would go through heroics. I would refresh from the 25, and then when I got to 50, I would stop. I wouldn't do the 50 refresh. But then on
the level 8, on chapter 8.
Yes, chapter 8, on heroic. Yeah. But you know what you could do is just do like the difference between. I'm purely talking GE though, so I don't know if Hate Mail is talking GE or maybe, but I think the XP mats are the same.
And XP mats. No, the XP mats are different in normal.
All right, because for GE for me, doing chapter 8 normal,
GE is close to the same.
Yeah, it's almost the same, but significantly cheaper, and you also don't have to refresh the gem costs, which that saves you like.
Well, yeah, no, that's like I'm saying like for your
gems.
Days,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Because you got to be doing heroics.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't do that during like raids or anything to spawn bosses.
Yeah.
Like, that would get ridiculously expensive. But like with XP mats and GE, you get a lot out of it.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've noticed too, that's been just kind of an interesting like insight from being an owl and then switching down like into the 1500 and like kind of like pushing to be honest
to moving up to the 1500.
Yeah.
Climbing the ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, did I say down? I meant up. Yeah.
Yeah, you were just talking about going back down.
Well, I was thinking about the way what I've done, because honestly, if I'm going to be honest about it, I've been slacking since I got into the 1500. Like, when I first came in,
I know.
I was doing like 1,500 points every PvE.
Yeah, I remember those are the. I was like, oh man, costly.
And then I was kind of like, and I just stopped doing it. And I guess part of that can be blamed on raid if you want to. But but then
Wait, mark it. It was the 15-minute mark when he brought up Raid Shadow Legends. DeBoy,
I didn't
did you have
even bring it
did
up.
you have the
I
over or
literally-
under? Because it was right at 15:02.
I definitely had the under.
Yeah, you had the under. So the 15-minute mark. Costa brings up Raid Shadow Legends. All right, go on, Costa.
And just a reminder, this podcast is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
Okay,
Yeah.
you guys have said raid more than I have. I was literally just mentioning that might be the problem as to why I haven't been slacking at DCL.
What was the problem?
All roads lead back to Raid Shadow Legends for you.
Anyways, what I'm saying is, and then so I'd also been slacking compared to what I was doing on Owls on Alliance bosses. So prepare for me to be doing a lot more Alliance bosses this upcoming raid because I need the XP mats very much. So one of the things I've noticed is especially when I was doing Owls, like, you know, it was literally, we would do like 1,500 points every PvE day. You know what I mean? Like that was just baseline. Like everybody did 1,500 points. So it was like, except for the boy, apparently. Most people did. All right. So you'd get a lot of green essence and XP mats from that. And then also like the boss requirement that I won't reveal what it was, but like it was a high boss requirement on Alliance bosses. So you ended up getting a lot of XP mats.
Wait a minute. What was the boss requirement?
There is not a boss requirement.
No. Oh my God. Guys, we're amongst just me here.
What do you mean, just you? There's people that download
hang
this.
on, you guys. What is?
No. Seriously. There wasn't a boss.
Yeah, there's actually not a
I'm
boss.
looking at you, and you're lying. You can't even say it with a straight face.
No. Okay, listen. There were not boss requirements. There was time requirements.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
There used to be a boss requirement, and then it switched to a time requirement.
Well, all right.
And
So
however
if there's
many
no more,
bosses you
if
hit.
there's no more boss requirements, what were the boss requirements?
450 bosses.
Yeah, 450. Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, and then that wasn't enough to sustain number one because it was basically like there was a couple people at the top end that were just being monsters and doing thousands of bosses.
Okay, and so
And
then
they
it
were
became
just-
a
Yeah,
different-
like
Alliance.
Burger and Loot did 3,000 bosses on a regular basis.
Wow.
Yeah, so it just kind of got to where like
And then there were like 8 more people that did 1,000 to 1,500.
Yeah.
so what
Then
it
you had,
happened
like,
is like
5
people-
people that did 450.
yeah, people like me that like had a hard time getting the 450 because of my job and everything.
Mhm.
But it would be like I always kind of like that's part of the reason why I left the Owls is I felt like I was holding them back because like my bosses compared to what they were doing was nowhere near like you know what they were doing. So I always felt bad. I felt like I was holding them back. So that's part of the reason why I left the Owls, and part of it too was just have more chill time in a different alliance. You know,
And move up in the world.
And
Right.
move up, yeah.
Yeah,
move up. Okay, all right. We definitely sidetracked there. But
As we always do.
inside the Owls, you know, if anyone wants to know, they're ready to spill all the beans too. These two, like,
yeah. There's so many beans to spill.
There's
Guess
so
what?
many beans to spill.
You know
But
why they go number one? They have insane people in the alliance. That's why they go number one.
yeah. But we talked about you mentioned I don't have Darkseid geared up, but Darkseid is here. He is here. Let me quickly talk about why I don't have Darkseid gear up, and we'll transition into like about the character. Because Casa, you've been using Darkseid?
Since Monday, yes.
Okay, I haven't, but the boy has, and used them all in Siege. But I fought him plenty of times. Now, the reason why I don't have Darkseid geared up right now, I talked about this on stream, is just because I don't need him right now, I guess. I don't need him for anything, you know. You're not going to bring him over Lex, over Manhunter, you know. You're not going to... You'd bring him over Lex?
Yeah.
I could see someone bringing him over Lex.
Especially, I'd bring him with Lex.
With Lex.
Bring him with Lex.
But Lex lead.
No, I would bring him over Lex, but also if you bring him with Lex lead, oh my gosh.
Yeah, okay.
Insane,
So for me, the only thing I really care about, the only competition I really do care about is Siege. And I'm undecided yet to see how necessary Darkseid is going to be. Like, will he be like someone that's going to be prevalent in future Sieges? I don't know. If he is, I will gear him up. But because I don't need him right now, and I rather save my gear towards the rework tunes or the new tunes, that's what I'm gonna focus my energies on. And even though he is a 5-time toon in this coming raid, you don't need him. You don't.
Wait. I think we're gonna need him for raids. I think it's gonna be really.
I think we're gonna need him for raids too.
I don't think we're gonna need him.
Here's the thing, because let me address something that I think.
I don't know.
Because me and you had a very similar last time we talked about this. Because I think DuBois wasn't here when we talked about Superwoman, and we both had the same opinion about Darkseid because we were facing him a lot but didn't get to use him.
Mm-hmm.
And so he wasn't really a problem for us when we were facing him.
Right.
Like
he wasn't much.
He wasn't doing anything.
But you couldn't.
I will say now, after gearing him and using him, that's because he is not a defensive monster.
Yeah.
He is an offensive monster.
No, for sure.
He's and so he is so nice to have on your team. Though.
Yeah, I could see that because he wasn't you weren't like too scared of him, but you definitely couldn't leave him unchecked.
Oh, you didn't want to leave him unchecked.
Yeah,
like you needed to take care of him, but he also wasn't like Azrael scary where it's like, okay, I have to like I'm gonna press here and please don't. Okay,
yeah, very precise with
you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
So,
I lost more of my matches in Siege because of Darkseid than I did because of Coda.
really?
I will say that the 2 matches, every time I lost 2 matches last Siege, and there were both times I tried to go 20 points, and both those times I tried to go 20 points were Darkseid leads.
And Darkseid smoked you.
Well, the first time it was Wonder Girl. The second time it was Coda. But
see,
I mean,
I was running Coda Superwoman, and I had Superwoman L4 right about the same time everybody had Superwoman L1. So Darkseid was never a problem for me. Like and you gotta remember I have RB5 Cheetah, so like a lot of times I was running Cheetah as my lead. So there's strength ups there, then Coda strength ups, and then Kilowog strength ups, and then Superwoman would just go boom and kill everybody.
What are you
what
are you thumbs downing over there, DuBois? What are you doing? Why are you putting thumbs down?
Do you not like Superwoman or something, or what? We didn't get your thoughts on Superwoman.
Oh, Superwoman's gonna be stupid. Dumb.
She's good.
Dumb. Dumb good. Like raids are broken for the rest of the
like Bleeze was dummy thick. Like Superwoman's dummy good.
like dummy good.
Okay, we don't need to dive all the way back into it. I just want to see what your opinion was. Okay.
Yeah, I think raids are forever broken.
And this is why I don't think you need Darkseid.
And I will.
I would say Darkseid and her pair very well together.
I'm sure they do.
I do think that we will see Darkseid in Siege and in the meta going forward more than we might think, because of a couple things. And I didn't think this until I did that Darkseid challenge the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally used him in lead every match against speed teams, against evasion teams, and it didn't matter.
Did you bring Azrael?
I didn't bring Azrael. I didn't bring Black Flash. I think I brought Impulse to one match. I didn't need him.
Yeah.
I did bring Shiva to a couple.
Yeah.
But like
crutchy.
So
that's crutchy a little bit, Shiva.
A little bit, but it was like, like Manhunter Black Flash, and I didn't have to bring my own Manhunter. So like
that's huge. That's very huge.
And it allowed me to kind of play with some other teams. Now, right?
You won the matches, but did you lose tunes? Because that's what Siege is all about, losing tunes.
I'm pretty sure in the 10 matches I played, I did lose one match, and it was against like a Harley, Azrael, Arcus, Manhunter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, like what the hell?
Yeah.
But no one's gonna run that in Siege. Like that's just stupid.
Until they do. And then you're pissed.
Well, I've seen so many teams where I'm like, I want to message the person and be like, why would you run this in Siege? Like, why?
Have you guys seen Hawkeye's new team? Hawkeye's new team is annoying. It's annoying.
It's the Darkseid Clayface Coda Azrael?
I think so, yeah.
I beat
might
it.
have Cassie in
I beat it. I beat it with all blues, no big.
Yeah, you played it for like an hour.
I mean, but then when I beat it, when I figured it out, it was really easy.
Oh, yeah, okay. How many times did you play it?
For this next Siege, if I want to. I mean, as we've seen, we might talk about this a little bit. Sorry, you don't have a card made for this. We might talk about this here in a little bit because silhouettes did come out today.
Oh yeah, we did make.
So
we'll talk about it.
Yeah, so we know both of them are physical. So we know at least one of the siege characters is going to be physical, and as we all know, I apparently love physical characters. So I'm trying to decide whether I want to push in this siege, or if I want to just go back to being like a complete a-hole in this siege and just run like Cassie, Azrael, like Clayface, and
well, it's 2 red, so you know what they're gonna have, right?
a bunch of grains.
No. You know what they're gonna have, right? Like they're gonna fit your evasion teams to a friggin' T because they're probably gonna have. I guarantee you, it's 2 reds. I guarantee you that they're gonna fall back onto invisibility, bleeds, evasion, or something. All of that stuff's gonna be on the new tunes, guaranteed.
We'll talk about the silhouettes in a little bit. Let's finish our
I
Dark
hope
Side
the
thoughts.
next Green Lanterns are red.
Darkseid. Right? We need a good red lantern. Jeez.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, Darkseid. I think the reason I think Darkseid is going to see play in the meta is 3 reasons. One, the one that I mentioned, that I think he allows you to bring a little bit more creative teams, right? And that kind of leads into point number 2. I think people are getting bored with Manhunter Flash or Black Flash.
It's annoying.
It's just stale. It's just boring and it's annoying and it's just like stupid, right? What was number 3? Crap. I don't remember.
Okay.
I lost.
Anyway,
3 Darkseid is cool.
Oh, 3 is the biggest one.
The biggest one.
People like using tunes that they like.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh yeah.
And Darkseid is I mean Darkseid might be the most popular villain in the game.
Yeah.
Maybe not character, but villain. Like if you say Darkseid, any DC Comics person that knows anything,
Darkseid is really cool.
Oh, Darkseid.
Yeah, Darkseid is really cool.
Like if you tell like some random, oh yeah, Azrael, they're gonna be like, who?
Azrael's not a villain.
I know. I'm just saying. Like I'm throwing a name out there, right?
Name a good villain.
I mean, Deathstroke.
I was thinking Deathstroke.
Okay. No, everyone knows who Deathstroke is. Come on.
But I mean, he's a very popular.
If you throw out.
Oh, I thought we were talking about popular villains.
I know, that's what I was saying. I thought we were talking about popular to villains.
Eclipso.
Harley Quinn. Is Harley Quinn even a bad guy now?
No, she's a hero now.
Yeah.
No, she's a hero now. She's straight up a hero now.
Straight up hero?
They've switched her in the comics. She's a part of the Bat family now.
I'm fine with
that means you need a Rebirth 5.
Oh.
No, that does not.
You said it.
That's what it is.
All right, Rebirth 5 Harley coming up.
I didn't do anything for the event.
How many shards of her?
Why would I play that event? I don't like the character. I think the character is stupid.
You just said she's straight up Bat family now.
Yeah, you said it
no
yourself.
No matter.
I'm not saying I hate Harley Quinn as a character. I hate the character within the game DC Legends.
Doesn't matter
because she's annoying.
You're Mr. Bat Family RB5, so now you can't even be that anymore. You don't even have Harley RB5.
Like
you know what I had forgotten until.
Who are you, Costly?
Costly? Do you even like
the boy's the Green Lantern guy? You're the Bat Family. Who are you now? Your identity is
actually Bat family characters upgraded.
No, you literally just said she's actually Bat family now.
Hey, Costly, what do you think of Darkseid? Actually, so you know what? Darkseid, I'm thinking is real great. All right,
Darkseid is great. Yeah, go on, Costly. Tell us your Darkseid.
Okay, so if you guys haven't seen my streams of the past couple days or my VODs or whatever, Crush Burgers had me doing these really stupid challenges. So the first day I had to do hairless challenge.
I heard Cassandra Cain had a helmet.
No, she didn't. So I had to do no mask, no hair challenge. So Darkseid was a part of that. And I will tell you, he carried through that. And then don't question this next one. Last night, it was a helmets only challenge, and I somehow nobody ever argued about me using Darkseid the entire time. So I
don't think that's a helmet.
It is.
That's not a helmet.
Anyways, Darkseid was integral in those matches as well. What's interesting though that I forgot about a character that's really good against Harley is Jay Garrick.
It's not a helmet. That's a hat.
That is a helmet. That is a World War I era helmet.
I think it's a helmet.
That's a hat.
No, I think it's a helmet.
That is a World War I era helmet.
Everybody's
Regardless,
Googling it right now. It looks like
so. Anyways, Darkseid. Darkseid was integral to me getting through those challenges, and I'm really enjoying him. So I still don't think he should have ever been introduced to the game. I'm still on that boat of like,
I agree.
I don't think this ever needed to be a character that was playable, because I have watched him die to characters that makes no sense that he died to.
Right.
Like when he dies to Harley Quinn.
But then again, Superman dies to like Reds all the time in the game.
Yeah.
So it's like that only goes so far. That's not my big problem with it. My big problem with it is like, I just didn't want to see Darkseid. Really, like,
hey, but you know
he
what that
works
means?
better as like in the lore of the game as like the raid boss, like how Necron like is the campaign boss. You know what I mean?
You know what that means? That means we can get Necron now. That means we can get Trigon now.
Trigon, I think Trigon should
Have
be.
we had Trigon in anything yet?
No, but he should be. He was in the animated movies.
Level.
They need to make him one of the raid bosses. He
Yeah,
needs to come in as a raid boss.
He needs to be a raid boss. Trigon for sure needs to be a raid boss.
If they started doing a thing where it's like it's a very special raid, instead of Darkseid just being like Darkseid's the test run, right? Like, okay, people like Darkseid.
Right.
So like, say if they do like Necron, right? I think if we get Necron, it needs to be like a big event to get his shards. You know what I mean? Like, it needs to be like an all-out, not Martian Manhunter level event like they did, but similar.
So stupid.
To me, the only way
on that level, like,
well, I just think, like, okay,
they'll just sell him the next day.
Well, I agree with you that I don't think Darkseid should have been, but I'm okay with him being in. Like, storyline wise, it fits. There is a storyline in the game, and it fits.
Yeah.
But I mean, I did like the prestige of Darkseid, him being a raid boss. Like, I think Darkseid carries that kind of weight. But with Necron, I don't think Necron should ever or could ever be
Why not?
Because he's the villain. Like, every time these new characters show up, they always give a blurb about. I mean, lately it hasn't been too much, but the blurb is always like, well, they're joining forces to stop Necron. They don't want, the villains would always say,
the entire story Blackest Night.
Yeah, I can't let Necron take over the universe because it'll affect me too, And same thing for Darkseid. If Darkseid, I mean, I don't think Darkseid would ever be threatened by Necron, but he wants to join everyone to kill Necron. But you can't have Necron join everyone to fight Necron. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay. True. I was using Necron as an example. What I mean is like the raid bosses slowly coming in. I think they should be rare though. You know what I mean? Like, They need to show up as a raid boss. Like, say Trigon, if we end up getting him later on, he needs to show up as a raid boss before he ever shows up as a playable character.
I agree. The boy had his hand up.
I saw that.
So I saw something yesterday, I don't know. And I didn't know this, and it made me think that I was a bad comic book fan if I didn't know this. Did you know that in several of, like, depictions of Darkseid, like comics and whatnot, his Omega beams spell the word end?
I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
So, like, when it traces...
Like, when it traces across the screen, it spells the word end.
In the game, or in
is this like in
all
cursive
of...
or letters? Is this like some Mickey Mouse stuff, or like what are we talking about?
No, wait, I'll see if I can find it and show you guys. But I saw it, and it was like in the Snyder cut, it did it, and then it like linked it to like a couple like comic pictures. Google it.
I'm Googling it right now.
Googling
yeah,
it.
you guys are.
I see one that shows the word, it shows end, but I don't see any other comic versions.
I'll see if I can find the post.
All right, you find it and then let me know. That's interesting. That's a neat, like, little touch. But I just assumed.
So now I don't feel so bad.
About what?
Because you guys didn't know it either.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's interesting.
I don't think that's like a widely known thing.
But I still, I'm not claiming. I still am not satisfied that this is a thing. That maybe some artists may have done it, but. Because I see plenty of Omega beams that don't say end right now.
Well, yeah, it's not every single time.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's not every time, then what's the point?
True.
Yeah. All right. But
Anyways,
Darkseid.
Darkseid's good.
Darkseid's very
Super
good. Gear him up. He's going to be good. Now, again, the reason I'm holding off on gearing him up is just because I don't know if he's going to be needed for Siege. I'd rather gear up bonus tunes. But if I do feel that Darkseid will allow me to bring in more bonus tunes because against like Manhunter Black Flash, because when I see Manhunter Black Flash, I got to bring Manhunter Black Flash. So automatically I'm limited to 16 points. I mean, I can go back or Harley or something, but I always feel like when I see Manhunter Black Flash, I have to go.
Just go Darkseid Shiva.
But that's the same.
That's
Same.
two
We're talking
characters that
trying
want
to.
to gear.
Can Darkseid allow me to
was
go
the other
18 points? Will Darkseid let me go 18 points versus Manhunter Black? Because I honestly don't care. If I'm not going to be like, oh, Manhunter Black Flash. I could bring my Manhunter Black Flash, but that'd be boring. I'm going to bring Darkseid Shiva. No, I'll just bring Manhunter Black Flash because I know it works and it pisses people off. Like, I'm fine with that in Siege. Like, I don't need to bring 2 new tunes to break the chains.
I think Darkseid allows you to do one.
If Darkseid
And-
will allow
and-
me to bring 18 points, then I will take up Darkseid.
And the reason I think he allows you to do that is because of his leader passive
Right.
proccing so often
Yeah.
to get that random second attack. Like, I can't tell you how many times in the last Siege I had Darkseid, and now I only had him Legendary 1 until the very end.
Yeah.
Right? And there were so many matches where I would use Kilowog and I would, buff or I would purge someone, and then out of nowhere he would just go like one hit KO the Superwoman, and I was
Yeah.
like, what the, like what?
No,
Or he'd go one hit KO, Penguin.
Well, your Kilowog's RB5.
Okay, I'm just saying. Or Superwoman would
True,
go
true,
and I'd basic one person and
Yeah,
she'd
yeah,
go
yeah.
one shot, Darkseid or something.
Darkseid's
Yeah,
good.
All I'm saying, the guy just thought about this because he was talking about his Kilowog being RB5 and everything. Josh, do you think it's kind of funny that he was like rubbing it in your face that he beat you in Siege when me and you helped him build that team to take on that Clayface team?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't even
Anyways.
use it.
He didn't?
No, he didn't use it.
No, I didn't use it.
But
Wow.
he did. But
I
he
didn't
didn't.
even- I
But he
didn't
didn't
even-
get as many points as he should have.
I didn't even know
Uh-huh.
you guys built a team, to be honest.
We spent literally like an hour building a team for you. All right, whatever.
Yeah,
Anyways,
Um,
okay, Darkseid's good. There's no two ways about it. If you're a new player out there and you're wondering you should take up Darkseid, you should. He's a very good leader. He's gonna allow you to do so many things, and he's good off lead too. But you know what it does kind of suck about Darkseid? You just use his basic. Like his basic is his.
Oh no, I use his other one.
But I mean, his basic is his stun, and stuns are so powerful in this game that I feel like his basic is used more than. I guess he has a can't miss, AOE. I think those are
huge.
yeah. Can't miss
I
is
think
huge.
you're hugely undervaluing his other two skills.
Am I?
Like
Huge.
I need
His
to
three.
show you. I need to show you. There's a clip on my Twitch channel when I was testing him out on Monday, where I almost one shot the entire enemy team with his 3.
This is why I think that he has a chance to be good against even the Manhunter Black Flash meta, because he buffs every single time the enemy buffs.
Right.
So if Black Flash goes, 1 or 2 times and gets a couple speed ups on there, well, guess what? Every time he buffs, Darkseid's getting 4 intups, 4 intups, 4 intups, 4 intups, 4 intups, right? He literally can nuke your entire team with his 3 on his first turn. If you're going up against a team of buffers, you take him against Clayface. When Clayface buffs, he just goes his int stack just goes bloop.
Okay. Then all right. I see. I thought it was always. I saw people say like just use his basic, but that's true. If he's
His basic is really nice. It's a guaranteed stun.
yeah.
Like
once I
Unless
guess
you
the
have
other team
debuff
starts
immunity.
rolling. Once the other team starts rolling, then yeah, Darkseid's gonna be buffed up. Yeah, okay, that's good. Well, Darkseid is a good tune. Doesn't change my opinion about him. Just I guess he's even better now. But I think we all agree Darkseid's great. If you're a new player, gear him up. And it is to be seen how much play he's gonna get in Siege. Oh, but wait, quick about raids. Why? Remember, I said I'm not gearing up because they don't need it for raids. It's because of Superwoman and Riddler. You don't need them. You don't need anything else anymore.
That's all you need.
Raids are broken, which sucks.
Raids are done.
Raids are broken. So if you're out there, if you haven't listened to me say this on my stream before, raids are broken.
Forever.
Superwoman and Riddler. That's it. You don't need any other bonus tunes. Gear up those 2 tunes, and you can get 500 million in every raid here on out. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say Darkseid might not outperform, Riddler Superman. Sure, he might, but I mean,
He might be faster on the green bosses.
yeah, he might be faster than the green bosses. But I mean, overall, not having to sit and switch characters out and oh, it's a green boss. Let me put in Darkseid. Oh, it's a blue boss. No, just Riddler Superwoman, even on green bosses, she's gonna kill. You might save 3 seconds with Darkseid or whatever, but honestly, like, you can just
You're
good.
The thing I'll say going into raids is if you don't want to bring up Darkseid for PvP and you're only considering that he might be good for raids, what I would suggest doing is getting all the resources ready, but not applying them.
For
Darkseid.
Yeah.
To Darkseid, and seeing what people think. Let us test them out the first couple days, because I think there might be something there with the whole call assist with his leader with Superwoman and being able to crank out where the agility downs won't be out there, right? But they might just get enough attacks out fast enough because of the call assist and everything that it might not matter. You know what I mean?
And it might be that you plug in, you run Riddler Superwoman and you just plug in Darkseid lead.
Yeah, you could do that. And who knows? I mean, now if that were to give you an extra 20 million, 10 million points, that'd be worth it, I think. But but if
Riddler do his agility downs on his basic,
he does,
I think so.
Like agility downs on everything. Like, I was looking at his legendaries and it's just
it's on his basic. Yeah. So
but I mean, Riddler Superwoman is literally all you need for all raids going forward. So you don't ever stress about bonus tunes anymore. And again, like, if Riddler Superwoman wasn't a thing, I would be taking Darkseid up to have him help me for raids, because I don't mind bringing up tunes that are going to be good regardless, like in and outside of raids, and I don't mind taking him up for the raid. But I don't usually bring up like Connor Kent. I didn't take him up because it was 5 times. I'm not going to use him in anything else, so you don't need to. But Darkseid, I can use him in other things, and he's a 5-time bonus. But that's just
See, I have the benefit for me of being gear 11 on everybody, but I also still don't take all these tunes up to level 80 or L5. You know what I mean? I only do that for Siege. I don't do it for raids. Because then, number one, that'd just be too draining on my... Actually, if I had done that, though, I'd probably have everybody L5 level 80 by now, because it'd get all the crappy tunes out of the way over the past 3 months. But yeah, it's...
True.
All right, Darkseid's done. We talked...
Okay, do we want to talk about the silhouettes, or do we want to talk about Nightmare right now? What do you guys want? Silhouettes could be really fast if we talk about it.
Yeah, silhouettes could be real fast.
All right. Pretend so the little white box is blank if you're watching on YouTube. Pretend it says silhouettes there. But so I for some reason, WB is nice to me because they tend to drop the info right before I go live on stream. So I kind of feel like I'm breaking the news sometimes. But I feel like people think it's Hawk and Dove. What do you guys think about that?
It looks
believable.
Yeah, they're kind of ambiguous a little bit. Like,
I saw a guy, I saw a girl, and it saw what looks like 2 capes.
It's a man and a woman.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And like, you can see like one of the capes. Does it kind of look feathered? Does it?
I don't know. I didn't see any feathering, but I do think it's Hawk and Dove. I really do. Like, it makes all the sense. I got to spend a few minutes on stream looking at Minka Kelly too, but Hawk and Dove. It really does look like those are the 2 silhouettes. But I'm sure people have seen the silhouettes now. I'm very curious to see what their kit's going to be. They're both physical red tunes, so the boy says.
I'm looking at it now.
Yeah.
With Hawk and Dove in my head, looking at that picture, 100%.
Yeah, it's Hawk.
Like, I can see that as Dove.
Yeah.
And I can see that as Hawk.
Yeah,
especially as long as it's based off of Minka Kelly.
As long as the Minka Kelly.
It looks like it is. Honestly, that's who I'm seeing when I look at that. Like,
I see Minka Kelly everywhere, so I mean, I see it too. But
if you watch Titans, you saw a lot of Minka Kelly.
I seen Titans. So, like the boy says, usually physical characters are evasion based, bleed based, invisible based. So we'll see. I mean, Dove is a kind of like the epitome of a support character. Even in the comics, she's like the support. But
Is she?
don't get it twisted. She'll put you down. But she
Oh, no,
does.
that's Hawk. You can see the back and the traps. Oh yeah, no, that's
Hawk, right?
uh-huh.
Yeah. But I'm saying like Dove is the more peaceful, but she can definitely bring the pain if she wanted to. Like, I mean, almost any female hero, they could be, nice and soft, but you look them the wrong way and they'll break you in half.
Oh yeah. What do you expect their kids to be like?
I expect Dove to be support, and I expect Hawk to be a hard hitting red. I mean, that's what the Reds tend to be, as hard hitters, anyways. Like, they seem to be, I don't know, like strong characters, but like strong, but then they're a little bit squishy, kind of, but they can, but they make up with it.
When you think about it, like in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, Hawk's gonna hit super hard and Dove will be support. But like they've done stuff in this game that flies in the face of that though.
True.
Where there's like characters that look real big that don't hit very hard, and then you get characters like Shiva and like Talia that like hit pretty decently hard. You know what I mean? And like they're like sleeker, skinnier characters. You know what I mean? Like they're not like all bulked up and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I expect Hawk to be a hard hitter, and I expect Dove to be general support.
do you think there's going to be bleeds anywhere?
I don't see bleeds happening, but
Maybe.
I mean,
I can see evasions and invisibility. I don't know if
I don't know about bleeds. Are there any
bleeds were
reds?
gonna be anywhere, I could see them on Hawk. That's the only place I can see them.
Are there any reds that do men's? Who is it? Barda?
She does stamina ups.
Stamina ups.
I can see Dove doing men's.
Yeah, I could see. Like, I mean, are there any reds that do men? Like World's Greatest Detectives, does he do men's or anything? Or who's out
I'm
there?
sure
Because
there's
Dove could
somebody
fit that
there.
role.
Azrael heals himself.
Yeah, but we're
But it's
talking
not
about the whole
men's,
team.
though.
Yeah, and that's not men's.
I'm looking at the toolkit right now because I can find that on here. I think right.
Oh, what are you looking at?
The DCL toolkit.
The DCL toolkit,
what-
is that the number one source for all your DCL needs?
I think it is
Yes,
the number
it
one
is.
source.
It is.
DCLtoolkit.com.
Okay, so men's on physicals we got Beast Boy, Barda, Bane, Hush, Metallo, and Deathstroke.
But do
So
any
they
of them
all
give team wide men's?
No, those are all self.
All right, there we go. Maybe she could be a team wide mentor. I would, and that would be neat. That'd be cool. I don't know. I'd be
I said they all suck, but Barda doesn't suck.
Barda doesn't suck when Barda
Beast
sucks
Boy's like a
when she
budget
does. Like, she
coder.
sucks when she
They're not
sucks,
gonna-
but when she doesn't suck, she doesn't suck. She's really good.
Bane's okay. Hush is no. Metallo's
Joke.
decent.
Yeah.
Deathstroke is straight trash.
Dog doo doo.
Yeah. Beast Boy's decent.
Yeah.
All
All
Let's
right.
bring Castaway.
What are we talking about next here?
Anyways,
Nightmare event.
Nightmare. Yeah.
Oh. So such a WB. Thank you for such a wonderful event. I appreciate you.
Though I'm surprised you didn't switch your logo behind you as a WB.
These jokers, they don't appreciate. They don't appreciate it.
No, I appreciate.
I feel
appreciate.
like we're being stereotyped into having a certain opinion already.
Yeah.
Like,
Hang on. I said thank you to WB. I appreciate they're doing this, but all I appreciate, and I'm gonna say this, all I appreciate from this is them giving us more rewards. But I guess, what is that their thing? Just throw rewards at us and it's gonna keep us quiet? That's not what people are demanding, and that's not what this event seemed like it was going to be. It didn't seem like it was going to be, what this is. It seemed like it was going to be new content. We all had our suspicions that it was going to be something similar to the anniversary event, but maybe more difficult. There's that WB. It might be more difficult, a little bit harder, rewards be good. I actually think people would take less rewards if it was more new content, harder to do. You have to think more. So I'm very appreciative that they're giving us more rewards, giving us more rebirth crystals. That's more, because you know what this means? The more rebirth crystals that get given out in the game, the less valuable rebirth crystals are in raids, the less important raids become, and going top 10, top 1. What's the point? Earning 3 more crystals is good when there's only, 10 available, but if there's 30 crystals available, 3 more, who cares, But I appreciate them.
It's a big deal.
I appreciate them with your words. I do. I like that WB is still doing stuff like this, but it's time for more new content. That's what it's time for. Costly, tell them.
Like, we just need new content. Here's the thing, like the Nightmare event, I kind of figured it was we can see the WB. All right. Why did you reverse it?
Because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Wait, it's straight now.
No,
it's backwards.
So it was straight the other way. Now it's backwards.
Oh my gosh.
Boy, your camera's flipped, I think.
I think it is flipped, you're right.
So now it's straight. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Cosmic, go for it.
So I agree mostly with what Josh was saying. Like, I was expecting more, but I also like am not surprised that this is what it was. And take that as you will on what that means. Like, I've grown accustomed to it just being a set schedule in this game of just 2 new characters, 2 reworks. Enjoy that for the next 12 months, and then we'll bring out more for the next 12 months after that. And then, like, the anniversary event was good when they did that, right?
It was a surprise, and it was a welcome, nice surprise, and so it was fun.
And I like what all that gotten me hope out of this is, like, since this is going to be a monthly thing, it's more Rebirth crystals.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. It's going to be fun. It's a little challenging, not a lot, but it's tiny bit challenging. Like,
I had 0 issues with it, but I agree.
I purposely didn't run Black Flash, though.
Oh, so see, I don't care. I just
So I purposely didn't run like all the characters that would be like S tier for it. I just tried to like have fun with teams, right? So like that's where it was fun for me, and it'll be nice to get these recurring rewards. Now the question is that gives me hope is what are they now designing for this year's anniversary event? Because if they just give us this,
ooh, that'd be
really gonna piss people off.
Yeah.
So when there
isn't that in November?
Event, yeah.
Ooh, that'd be a long time to.
So if we get like, what is that, 6 months away?
About 7.
7. Yeah. So if we get this for 7 more months, and then they just give us what they gave us last year for anniversary event, after people have been doing it for 7 months, you better be, if you're not WB, if you're not planning something right now, you need to start planning something that's really good. And we need more content than this.
Yeah.
Like,
I still am not a firm believer, but I have been calling it out on my stream that I do think G12 and extra chapter 8s are coming by summer. I said that like a long time. I said like 6 months ago. I picked a date. I picked a month. I say June, end of June, we will have G12. We will have chapters beyond chapter 8. That's based off nothing, but that's just, I feel it coming. But the boy, I'll let you. How much time is WB paying you to talk about this? Was it a 30-second spot or?
Hold on 1 second.
Okay, here we go. Here's the boys' paid advertisement.
Unpaid, unsolicited advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Warner Brothers, San Francisco, makers of DC Legends. Thank you for another way to give me rebirth crystals.
Right.
You gave me.
We all agree with that.
6 rebirth crystals for free.
True.
6.
Great. Thank you. We all said thank you.
That means that I now can rebirth a character a month for free.
Agree.
Every month.
Yes. Is that it? Is that all you have to say? Is you thank you for crystals?
For a way to finally get more rebirth crystals. These jokers don't appreciate it. They don't appreciate the free crystals.
He doesn't even get it. He does it. It's like he didn't listen to us right now, Costa.
Here's the thing.
He doesn't listen to us when we talk. I just want that. I want everyone to know.
Good job. That's great.
We love it. I'm so happy
to play with my rebirth characters than be able to rebirth more characters.
Listen.
Give me a reason to rebirth the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's no reason to rebirth characters at all.
Yeah, so
it's a scam.
Harvey is a scam. This is what we're saying. Like, give us reasons to do it.
There is no rebirth content. Yes, rebirth characters do help you in Siege.
Mm-hmm.
They do help you in Raid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you have a rebirth 2, 3, 4, or 5 character that's a Raid bonus tune, you're like, oh hell yeah!
Mm-hmm.
Like this is gonna be lit.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, yeah, there's nothing. The problem is there's the nightmare event. One, the word nightmare was misconstrued by both Warner Brothers and the player base. It was never intended to be nightmare challenge difficulty level. Nightmare difficulty. Oh my god.
The nightmare challenge was never intended to be a nightmare challenge.
It was never intended to be nightmare level difficulty. It was called Nightmare Challenge.
Then don't call it a Nightmare Challenge.
No, it was based off of the freaking Nightmare world in Snyder Cut.
Okay.
So because if
so
that's what you were basing it off of, it would have been Nightmare with a K.
And
So,
yeah, that's true.
done.
They could have easily put a K.
Mm-mm.
And boy, what do you say if next month it's called Nightmare Event?
Oh,
No,
then they're just idiots.
Okay.
No. You cannot say that that's the reason why it's called Nightmare.
I
That
don't
is
think that's
not the reason why it's called Nightmare.
No, it literally is.
For anybody who knows,
I don't think it is.
I used to work in a comic book shop, and I sold the Nightmare with a K Batman pops. I sold the
hold on.
Nightmare action figures. I sold the things that tied to that Nightmare universe, and all of it started
Okay.
with a K
Three
in front of the N.
Three things. Three quick things. I had to take off the Warner Brothers thing because I'm about to tear him something.
Actually, are we
One.
allowed to show the Warner Brothers logo?
I don't know. Who knows? Our 47 downloads won't care.
Okay, yeah. No one tell Warner Brothers that we did that.
Three things. First thing,
Mhm.
how many spelling errors are in this game?
Okay, it's not
First,
a
I'm not. I don't. No,
First.
that's not a spelling
First.
error. Just stop, boy.
First.
Grasping straws here. Go on.
Two.
How did you go on?
Two, what other possible, who the F knows reason was there a Joker was here Easter egg in the announcement
Just
post?
purely
I'm gonna break this down
for
real quick.
Joker
We're
mod.
a
He did
pod
that.
named Joker.
Yeah, that's all it
That's
was.
why that was there.
All
the
it
reason
was.
That's
it's a
dumb.
Nightmare event is because the devs don't play the game and they're out of touch with their player base.
Yeah. Like
Game's
constantly leaning back, hands behind his head.
Like,
Okay. So here's the other thing. Okay. This is something I was thinking about as I was listening to all of you whiner babies listening and crying about your
Oh my
freaking the nightmare event wasn't hard enough. Okay, listen.
There we go.
If they made something impossible, everyone would whine and complain.
okay, now I got to bleep something.
Hey, that's funny.
Time mark 57,
Bleep.
57:35. Costly.
Okay. Everyone's gonna freaking whine and complain. I can't beat it. Azrael's too OP. The AI Azrael just keeps buffing and destroying my whole team.
But you know what? But you know what? People.
They're damned if they do, and they're damned
No,
if
no,
they
no,
don't.
no, 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 no. Because here's why people got upset last time.
No. Because if it was impossible and nobody could beat it, and it was actually impossible, we would be complaining about it.
Nope. Here's what would happen. The only reason last time people got upset was because they did a bad job of letting people know that it was going to be difficult. And low level players, the lobies out there thought they could do this. And they were sorely mistaken, as they should be, because they need to gear the characters up. But this event was called Nightmare Event. And that put you on notice that it was going to be hard. And if we would have jumped into it and it would have been very hard and maybe even I couldn't beat it, then you know what I would have said? Holy crap, they gave me something I'm really going to have to do. I'm going to have to gear up. I don't think people would have been like, oh, it's too hard now. The Nightmare Event is too... No, you can't say, oh, the Nightmare Event is too hard.
I would love hard content.
You can't say Nightmare Event is too hard because it's in the name, you know. You gear up your tunes later, figure out a new strategy, figure it out.
I would love content that made me feel like I was justified in gearing up my entire roster on the money that I've spent to gear 11 every character and to ring all of them would be amazing.
And if 6 rebirth crystals were dangling as the prize for me, you better believe I'm going to gear up for it, because I don't think because it's not just one time 6 rebirth crystals. It's 6 times 12. That's 72 rebirth crystals a year. Then you're like, you need to gear your characters up for this to get 72. That's 7 rebirth tunes. That's what you're playing for, not just 6. For free. Gear your tunes up. You know, like, I don't think anyone would have sat and complained that it was too hard. The only people that would complain too hard are the people that are too low. Like, again, I'm Some people say I'm not in game. I'm not gonna say who said that, but I feel like
Yeah, Josh, you're pretty decent mid game player.
I'm a mid game player myself. So I would have been. Again, I guess I don't speak for all and mid game players, but I just don't think that their complaints would have held any water or would have been taken seriously, because I think they would have been yelling into the wind and everyone would have just like, okay, go yell and complain about it. But in reality, it's called Nightmare Event. I just can't wait for next month for it to be called Nightmare Event and the boy say, I don't even know what he would
WB,
say.
listen to me right now. Do not name it Nightmare Event.
I hope it is.
Like, all I'm saying is if all of a sudden next month it's harder, I'll be happy, but you're going to piss more people off if it's harder next month after it being what it was this month.
I wouldn't mind if they called it like, if they make it harder, they need to call it like Nightmare Event, that's what they need to do. But honestly, the main thing I think all they need to do is turn on all the abilities for all the characters. And then right there, one flip of the switch. That's how coding works, right? They just flip a switch on.
Yeah, no.
So one flip of the switch.
All of this is already programmed, and
Yeah.
they're just not flipping.
Yeah, just one flip of the switch, and then it's harder and better.
But if they turned on the abilities, they would have to tone down the HP. They would have to tone down the HP.
No, they don't.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, they do.
Leave it up, and then give us that next month. And if it is,
No. You don't understand. No. Listen, you don't understand, because that's like all of those characters are like 10 times like bonus tune level, right? Like 10x bonus tune, like
Sure.
HP. Some of those characters get stamina ups, which is a percent based buff.
Mylar Fleas was popping one shot, so. Didn't you, Roy? You have a Rebirth 5 Larfleeze. He's one-shotting all of those characters. You don't need it.
Yes.
Face. The boy. It doesn't turn the abilities on. The HP isn't the problem.
Okay. Turn the abilities on.
Yeah. And hey, if it's too hard,
that's with the abilities on, honestly. But
you don't what?
I think it'd be interesting with the abilities.
I think it would be so much more interesting.
The truth is somewhere in between where both of you are saying.
Yeah. And
so I think like the health would have to be toned down, but not like a crazy amount.
And here's the thing. If they turn the abilities on, then that means they're listening to feedback and trying to find balance. If they turn the abilities on and it's just too extremely difficult, if the boy is correct, which he might be, the boy's right about things sometimes. If he's right about this and the HP is too much of a factor, then they've opened the window for them to compromise and then maybe make some tweaks and adjustments. Do I think they're going to do any of that? No. But if they tweak it, turn the abilities on, then they could easily then just lower the HP and find a good medium where maybe it's,
You wanna know what sucks?
What sucks, the boy?
Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Just say it. It's just us here.
It's just us here. They have been pushed and rightfully so. I do agree with, but they have been pulled and pushed so far away from actually creating new content due to the demand of a need for an anti-cheat. So I think that the very small developing team that already is on this game is divided very thin, and I don't think like we realize how like there is a lot that goes into making new content, right? Because essentially, let's be real. The difficulty of this Nightmare Event is like slightly harder than Chapter 8.
Slightly,
right?
Yeah.
If this was wrapped into Chapter 9, we would never have known the difference, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because it is new characters. It is there are new characters in the events, right?
Yeah,
so it could very easily have been slapped on Chapter 9 and been done with that, but instead they named it something different. They didn't add like replayable nodes every day, blah 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 blah. I think their attention has been pulled and pushed into one direction that they've been working on now for a while.
I'm going to raise my hand for something I want to say about that later. But go, Kasi, go first.
We can't see your hand.
My hand's up.
Yeah. Okay. So first things first, I think Chapter 9 would be awesome. Or even if they just like literally brought out, you don't have to bring Chapter 9. Bring so we have normal, hard, or heroic. Bring out like Nightmare. right? Like Nightmare Campaign, and it starts with chapter 1, goes all the way to chapter 8. And if you want to add more chapters, cool, that adds more to it. Make it significantly harder. Update the tunes in it instead of it being like all like these random like manhunters and stuff. Make it just like the anniversary event where it's like different themed tunes through. But beyond that, that was real quick on what you're saying. I do kind of agree with what you're saying, and I get where it's coming from. But until they start being open about stuff like that, like the only people that know that they're working on an anti-cheat, like the only people, like they don't like. Here's the thing: they're not open about anything. So how would anybody be expected to know that we're not getting new content because they're building an anti-cheat when they don't even talk about like they don't even post the silhouettes on time? You know what I mean? Like, much less talk to the community about anything.
This is what I was going to raise my hand for. Like, I agree with the boys saying that.
I completely get what you're saying, and I feel bad for the devs because it's a small team. I know it's a small team, and it doesn't get a lot of. It's a miracle that the game is still alive.
Yes.
Right. Like, so it's like the fact that WB has
alive
and shut down
and functioning are two different things.
Yes,
but it doesn't take coding to release a statement saying, you know, here's where we see the game going. Here's our vision. Here's a roadmap. Or hey, we're putting our efforts toward an anti-cheat. We have more. We hope we can get this out soon so we can bring you more things. You know, they could be vague with it, but the fact that they don't give us anything, you know, that's a problem. That's why people are mad. Hey, we want new content. And you're saying, well, hey, they're working on anti-cheat. Then say that. Say we're in development of working on. We're trying our best. You know, and then we're trying our best while still trying to maintain the ability to give you guys, you know, 2 new characters a month to keep the game, you know, work on bugs and all that, which is fine. But talk to the community. Just make brief statements. It doesn't take a long time to craft a statement saying, you know, anti-cheat is or is not happening, or we're really hoping that new content will come out whenever. But look at the game, Chapter 8, new content coming soon. If that's their, you know, end all be all to communication with the community, then that's not good enough. And then we're not asking for, you know, full on press statements or everything within that, but say something. The boy's hands up. What's up, the boy?
I don't think that they can say anything.
No, they can.
I don't think they can. I think that for whatever reason, the dev team, the marketing team, who are also idiots, the marketing team is stupid, but don't get me started on that. I don't think they can, because the problem is that if they say, oh, we're working on this, or this is coming, this specific thing is coming soon, it's going to be a never-ending question of when is that coming? Oh, you said it was coming March 15th and it's March 25th and we still don't have it. No, I know, but if what's the point of a roadmap with that? Like, what do you say, coming in 2021? Well, what if it doesn't ship in 2021 and it doesn't ship till 2022? You know what I mean?
Then we're a small dev team. We're trying our best. Again, I think the devs are thinking we're these, like, you know, cold-hearted, unreasonable monsters. We're not. We're like, hey, communicate. And if there are some people out there and be like, you know what, you said March and it came out in April, then screw them. You know, like these devs are trying their best, but all they have to say is, you know, we are looking to bring a new and exciting content to the game. We are working on many player complaints. Trust us, that is in our thoughts. Instead of these boilerplates comments that give us like, oh, thank you for reporting, you know, we'll look into this. You know, that's not. They should do more.
Well, because like here's the whole thing is like just even a little bit of communication.
Yeah, like, a little bit.
Just even like the tiniest bit. Like it's. I'm trying my hardest right now to not fall into my normal thing of being like, well, here's how this game does it. But
what game is that?
Like, literally, just any other mobile game. Go look at it. They have 2 to 3 community managers, which I'm not saying we need, right? Like, one's fine for the kind of stuff that gets put out. All these other games have Discords. Like, yeah, it's cool that we all have our own little Discord servers that we have and everything. There's not an official, just like DC Legends Discord that is ran by WB. I'll just cut it out. It's fine. But anyways,
If you're wondering what that cutout was, Du Bois said something he shouldn't have said.
Sorry, guys.
yeah. So, but kind of what I'm saying is like there's no Discord server. There's no official Discord server. So it's like even just like for Plarium and Raid, right? Like there's a Discord server where like all of the updates get thrown on there. There's like all the videos. Like you can talk to the community managers. All the YouTubers are on there. All the streamers are on there. You can talk to all of them. And that game is so much more like flourishing because
You know what that game has?
Marketing,
Money.
Advertising,
yeah.
marketing.
I mean, like, I'm not saying that, like, because I know this may come off wrong because all three of us are streamers in here and everything, but it's like Raid, like, has a program where, like, content creators, like, are incentivized to sign up on the program to get stuff within the game for being a content creator.
Yep.
Like,
and you get things in game for getting more people to sign up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's, and
I
I just feel like if it wasn't like, do the devs know we exist?
They do.
Like,
I have proof. I have
like it.
proof
You know
they
what I mean?
know. I
Like-
have proof they know.
Josh gets free stuff in game.
Does he? Oh, okay.
I mean, I can't.
He does.
I have received something in game once.
Yeah, once, and then they told you not to say it again. No, I'm just kidding.
I
Okay,
one time
anyway.
received something.
And
Costly, they gave him 100,000 gems.
No, I wish. Oh my god, I wish they did.
You Costly, you can see your face right now. You were like, "What the?"
Oh man, I would.
yeah, but what I'm saying is, it doesn't feel like. And I'm not saying like, and I know that like literally, even compared to like Josh and Du Bois, like my numbers are way smaller than everybody else's. So I'm not trying to say like I feel like they should have contacted me. They shouldn't have. Like it's just it doesn't feel like there's any connection between the content creators in this game and the devs. Like it feels like the devs just there's not even a connection
there
to
is.
the player base.
There is, but it's only one. I'm gonna say something, and this is not like out of jealousy or anything like that. There is communication with one set of content creators.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, we can all like. I love hate mail. Like me and them are friends. Like I'm
It's all love.
I'm not gonna
It's
sit
all
there
love.
and like.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's only that like creator communication with one group.
Yeah, it's kind of because like we talked about this at the end of the year on our Toonies podcast and like kind of what was like the greatest things that had happened in the year. And like last year, for as crappy as that year was as a general as a year, it ended pretty well as far as DCL was considered. But that was all community, and I was so excited going into 2021. And we even talked about it in that podcast of like, is WB going to do something with the community because the community is just sitting here like thriving on its own without any support of the game. And if they came in and like did something with the community, it'd be great. And literally nothing has happened. But on a positive note, speaking of the community, Josh, do you want to talk about your tournament?
Oh yeah, I guess we could.
Yeah.
We can talk about it real quick. Talking about the community trying to get things going. We have a tournament. This is gonna be a real quick blurb. Real quick because I've said this, talked about it. But if you haven't seen my stream or if you haven't, seen anything like that, Du Bois and I are going to be hosting a tournament. It's called the Tournament of Legends, and it's just basically an in-game tournament that we're trying to craft. And it's going to be premiering April 5th. And it's going to be a fun tournament. I'm hoping that the way we've structured the tournament, I hope the way that the rules have been laid out, that it causes a little bit more buzz in the game. It causes people to maybe want to gear up their tunes, but just another way to, I don't know, keep things fresh, there's only one tournament that's out there that's really a big deal, and that's Siege, but that's too expensive to get into. And I'm hoping this tournament will reward the people who are higher level. They'll do better at it, but doesn't mean an underdog can come in and still win it, the whole thing. I think all of those possibilities are there. But yeah, it'll be a tournament that's going to run from April 5th for 1 week and then take a week off. And then we're hoping to have the finals be broadcasted live on Twitch, very esports, a la esports style, where we'll have some commentators talk about the game, talk about the decisions that the players are making, why they're bringing in certain tunes, and you know what you could do against X amount of tunes. So I think it's going to be a very exciting thing. Tournament of Legends, check it out. It'll be on. I'll be talking about it more on Twitch, but check Reddit. I'll be giving updates on performances, and if you want to join, reach out to me or DeBoy on Discord, and you can sign up for yourselves. Yeah, quick blurb there. All right.
All right.
We've talked a lot about. I think we spiraled from the Nightmare event because it's a hot topic.
Okay. So real quick, do we want to talk about Superman and Lois and Wanda, and then save Snyder for a different episode, or just save all that for a different episode?
What's DeBoy? What are you thinking, DeBoy?
I kind of got to bounce in like a bit.
So let's. Okay. So do you want to like save?
We can talk Superman and Lois and Wanda real quick. That doesn't take like. What's that gonna take like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that?
Nothing takes 3 to 5 minutes.
How about this? How about let's do next week? Come out with another episode.
Yeah, we'll just do like a shorter episode talking about the.
Let's do an entertainment weekly.
Entertainment. Entertainment. Little.
We're not going to call it Entertainment Weekly because that's literally copyrighted.
Yeah.
But
Entertainment Weekly with 3 E's.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that still works. But,
so I guess we'll save the entertainment news.
I know we had told everybody we were going to do a Snyder Cut, but of course, as we always do, we talk for way too long and
we go on tangents. I think people expect us to go on little tangents sometimes.
Yeah. Hey, views and downloads have only gone up, so we don't need to change anything. I don't think. So, like
rant.
Rants happen.
And we had to switch over to you talking about your tournament because we were getting a little negative there, and we try to keep it pretty positive here. That's why, like, for the most part, we hadn't ever talked about like the hacker situation because it just ends up being negative. It is all it ever is. But yeah, I mean that tournament's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for it.
I'm questioning the rules a little bit, but that's just because
the rules are as clear as day.
So
wait. No, wait for 1 second. Costly, do you have a question about the rules? I would love to.
I'm still stuck on the Reviver thing. I think we clashed on the Reviver thing.
The Reviver thing is no, it's fine. That's not happening. If Siege doesn't do it, then we're not doing it.
Yeah.
I feel bad because the boy, like, when it first came up, the boy was like, no, Reviver's good. And I was like, nah. And then he's like, no, they're good. I was like, all right, we'll talk about it. And then like we talked about it and I was like, no, it's not.
I just think you're shutting down a good amount of good comps that aren't broken comps by just exiling all Revivers. In that way. Like,
because you know what it is?
It's not the same as like Azrael Black Flash.
No, because everybody would just run the stupid White Lantern,
but then you can only run that for 2 rounds.
Okay, but then you run them the first 2 rounds, and then it's just adding in
you get a free entry into the second round.
Yeah, like round. I mean, you can run reviving tunes if you want, if you need to clear that board.
I see where it could be a problem. Don't get me wrong.
It could be it'll I think it's more. There's more tension and stress in a match if you're 100% worried about a tune dying versus, Lobo strategy, or bring a tune that does die, or you throw that tune out there for the slaughter just so you can ramp up all the other tunes. And then, it's just, I think that a better strategy, I think what's more impressive to me is don't let any tunes die, don't let tunes die. That's just me. Mm-hmm. But it's also the rules. So
it is decided.
It is decided. It's it. I was getting fired up today about things. The boy knows what I'm talking about. I was getting fired up about people asking questions, and
I need to, because I've been really busy this week. I haven't caught any streams this week, so I have yet to actually really get an explainer on the rules. We're not going to do it on the podcast, but I need to go back and watch like where you talked about the rules and everything. Because I signed up not knowing what I'm doing.
I just felt like people were saying, okay, so I see the rules, but can I not follow the rules? Like, that's literally what it seemed like people were telling me. Like, okay, so your rules are this, and I want to join, but I don't want to follow the rules. I want to do, can I do this? It's like, no, these are the rules. Do the rules. If you can't do the rules, then don't play. You know, I don't know. I was getting heated. The boy knows.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty. Well,
Okay.
that's gonna do it for this week.
Let's do it. Let's call it there. Du Bois, your thumbs up was off camera.
We're gonna have an extra episode between this one and the next normal episode. So everything will still go normally as planned. This will be every 2 weeks. We'll have an episode out, but we are gonna have one little in between talking about the Snyder Cut, and what we think about it, and WandaVision and Superman and Lois,
and maybe squeeze in some Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah, if Du Bois decides to watch it.
Du Bois, just go watch it. My goodness gracious, just go watch it.
I have so much stuff to watch.
What do you have to watch? Harry Potter.
Yes.
But
actually.
But so that's gonna do it for this week.
And Gossip Girl, bruh.
You can find us on YouTube. They're at the Crime Alley Cast, and as well as in the audio versions on what do we have? Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, Podbean.
Outro still not recorded.
I need to just
that
we need
clip
to just,
we
hire,
have a clip.
We need to hire Aquabear
to do an outro
for our
us.
intros and our outros. but yeah, so that's we're available in those audio areas, and we're gonna try and keep as consistent as we can every 2 weeks. It gets hard sometimes because we're all pretty busy, and so getting it lined up is a little difficult, and we're considering doing guests soon. So
maybe we'll get some guests on here. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. Let us know in the
We
comments
got some
what you guys
spicy
think
ones
about,
lined up for you.
What do you guys think? I mean, I don't think anybody's going to be opposed to guests. Now that I said that, there's going to be like the one comment that pops up and just like, no guests. No, it's going to be like Edna. Edna's going to be down there. No guests. But, all right. So,
okay.
I think that's it.
All right, everybody.
You want to do the official little, like, bye, whatever.
All right. I mean, that's it. Thanks for listening. We really do like that you listen and comment on things, like, oh, look at that picture over there. Like, subscribe, and do all those fun things, and leave comments, ask us questions. I'm more than happy to answer questions and talk about things that we do or topics you would like us to talk about. I'm down to hear some recommendations, but yeah, thank you guys for listening. Really do appreciate it. I'm Joshua. Check out my stream, twitch.tv/Joshua Costly. He has a stream too. Mostly Costly.
Twitch.tv/mostly Costly.
Is it / or backslash?
Monday,
it's / right?
Backslash, whatever.
Slash.
Yeah, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, typically right after M4. So, and if he's not recording, then sometime around, or if he's not streaming, sometime around 7.
and also Du Bois, and I heard he has a stream. I don't know. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Check him out.
Just
The boy,
comes and goes.
Du Bois BT.
You ever been getting ready to go to bed, and then your phone chimes and it says Du Bois went live?
Hey, it happens. What can I say?
All right, everybody, take it easy. Thank you for listening. We really do appreciate it. Have a good one, and till next time.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.